Drama, drama, drama. Ramona Shelburne joins us now. Like, what more do you have on this?
I mean, Michael's been here in LA, so he's lived this too, okay? This has really been a family drama since Dr. Buss passed away in 2013. In 2017, there was a court order after the older brothers, that's Johnny and Jimmy, tried to stage a coup to get Jeanie out as the controlling owner and take control of the family trust. There's a court order that said there's 3 new trustees, and it's Jeanie, that's the sister, that's her younger sister, and Joey, who is one of the younger brothers. And that order says you can't sell the team without the approval of all 3 of those. And she's the head of the board of directors. And so her lawyer today has invoked that order. Now, from what I can tell you, 3 of these siblings got fired back in November, and they were not happy about it. There was a vote about 4 months ago, I heard in April, and they only had 3 votes at that point. But after the sale that Mark Walter did with Josh Kushner and with Bob Iger last week, this had already been kind of discussed on the table. They got 2 more votes, and now they have 5. And so they believe that they are allowed to sell even without her because of what's called the tag-along provision that was part of the sale to Mark Walter, which is, hey, if Mark Walter ever sells, we can tag along with whatever valuation he gets. So he got 12.5. We're deciding to tag along with that sale, and they believe they have the votes to do that. And so guess where this ends up? Amongst the lawyers and in court, and it's really just over the 17.8% that the Buss family controls. But the most important part of that 17.8% is that she has control and the controlling ownership of the Lakers for the next 4 years as part of her agreement with Mark Walter. So that's really what's on the table here.
Dave Roberts called out his struggling club after that loss Sunday to the Brewers. Again, now they're 5-11 in their last 16 games. How concerned are you with this club right now, considering everything that's happened to him in the last few weeks?
I'm not. And reason being is we saw last year how Dave Roberts was able to manage and hit the championship for that team. They've got talent. They've got big names. They've got big name starters as well. Blake Snell going today, dominating against Colorado in Colorado through 5 innings right now. But the way he manages in the postseason is completely different than the way he manages during the regular season. And right now, he doesn't trust his bullpen much. He's looking at it. He understands that his starters are his strength. So what does he do in the postseason? Those starters, some of them, will become relievers, and those guys will be pitching in high-leverage situations. So don't expect the same guys, the usual suspects that we see during the regular season, have control of those high-leverage innings come postseason, as long as Dave Roberts is pushing the buttons.
Yeah, and Kevin, thanks for the time. Congrats on the win. We mentioned your home run being a big reason why you guys got off to that early lead. I wonder, Kevin, from your vantage point, you've played very well, obviously, this season, one of the leading contenders for Rookie of the Year. Why do you think you've been so successful so early in your young career?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is, surround myself with the right people, and the guys in this dugout are the right people, and they push me every day to get better and better. And also just staying committed to my approach that I had, coming up through the minors. Just being on fastball, being ready to hit every at bat, and don't take a pitch off. And that's kind of my mindset going in every game.
What is it about this team? Because there are some aspects of what this team is doing right now that, to be honest, don't make a ton of sense. You traded away Derek Struble and Casey Mize at the deadline, a Cy Young winner, yet here you are very much in the wild card conversation. How is it that you guys are doing what you're doing?
Yeah, I think it's, we didn't give up on ourselves, and I feel like, a lot of people have, gave up on us, and, I think that just pushed us to get better each day. And, losing Scoot was, a big deal for us, but, that doesn't change the fact that we go to work every day and play hard and, play as a team, and I think we're doing a really good job at that, and I think that's what's keeping us in the swing of things.
Kevin, from the outside looking in, it felt like so much that talk around the trade deadline was sort of wearing on the team. And then once it happened, whether he stayed or he left, at least you knew what you had going the rest of the way. Was there any sense of freedom in that moment once everything played itself out?
I wouldn't say that. I think we did a good job at, during the trade talks and stuff like that. We kept that out of the clubhouse and just stayed focused on what we had to do. We went on a little tough stretch during that time, but I don't think that was the case that, caused, the tough stretch. I think we did a good job of keeping that out of the clubhouse and just playing ball.
Sir, I have a very important question for you, and this might be the most important question that you have ever answered.
That means it's not important.
Do you personally own a pair of Magana goggles?
I don't yet. I'm still looking for a pair. I'm hoping a fan can, customize a good pair for me. Usually when I see them, I stop by and say hi to the kids or the people that are wearing them.
You know there's going to be a slew of Madonna goggles custom made for him, like in the clubhouse, the second they get back.
Do you have any glasses, Kevin, besides like sunglasses, I guess?
What's that? I'm sorry?
Do you have any glasses whatsoever, or just sunglasses?
Just sunglasses, yeah, just sunglasses.
All right, we got to come up with something.
Someone's got to get you some.
Yeah, we got to get you some.
Kevin, thanks so much for the time.
Yeah, let's make that happen.
Yeah, appreciate the time,
Thank you
man.
for having me.
Developing news here on SportsCenter. Earlier today, sources told our Shams Charania that the Buss family had agreed to sell its remaining 17.8% stake in the Lakers to new majority owners Josh Kushner and Bob Iger. If that transaction were to be completed, Jeanie Buss would no longer be the team's governor, ending the Buss family's ownership of the team that dates back to 1979. Our senior writer, Ramona Shelburne, is here with us for more. So, Ramona, you have some new developments. What can you share?
Yeah, we've just gotten a letter from Jeanie Buss's attorney saying that no sale of the remaining 17.8% Buss family shares can be effectuated without the consent of all three of the trustees. Okay, that's Jeanie Buss, Joey Buss, and Jeanie Buss. Now, my reporting is 5 of the siblings voted to sell this morning. Jeanie Buss did not vote to sell, and so she's contending through her lawyer that the 5 siblings who voted to sell do not have the right to do that pursuant to a ruling in 2017 when this was also in court among the trustees. There was a coup that the older brothers tried to dislodge Jeanie from control. And so it's in the hands of the lawyers right now. I've reached out, obviously, to the 2 men who were going to purchase Mark Walter's shares. They have no comment right now. So that's Josh Kushner and Bob Iger. They have no official comment right now as this is developing. And so the question is, can the 5 siblings vote to sell the Lakers without Jeanie Buss's approval? My understanding is the vote opened last Tuesday. This is before news even broke that that Mark Walter was selling his shares, and that the 5 votes came in this morning, which is what Shams reported, and they have what's called a tag-along provision, Christine. And this is very legal, but this is where the fight is going to be. In the initial sale to Mark Walter, the tag-along provision, the other family members had a right to tag along to any sale if Mark Walter were to sell his shares at the same valuation that Mark Walter got. So that's the $12.5 billion. And so you have 2 different legal statutes here. The tag-along provision as part of the sale to Mark Walter, but the 2017 court ruling amongst the trustees that said no sale can go through without Jeanie Buss's approval. And right now, she is not approving or selling.
Okay, but on Friday, you told us about how crucial this Brewers-Dodgers series was, and then LA ends up losing 3 of 4 at home. So what does this team need to do to improve going forward?
Yeah, Christine, it was as if Dave Roberts was saying, hey, enough is enough with this play because it's been ugly for a while. If you think back to July 31st, since then, the Dodgers are 5-11. They're 25th out of 30 teams in runs scored. In ERA, 4.39 during that stretch. That's 19th out of 30 teams, and they're making mistake after mistake after mistake. Kyle Tucker misplaying a fly ball yesterday. A couple errors by Tommy Edman. So Dave Roberts wants them to clean it up because it is going to matter potentially down the stretch. You do not want to be the number 3 seed in the National League and then have that extra round of playoffs, a wild card series against the Phillies, against the Diamondbacks, against the San Diego Padres. So this was Dave Roberts drawing a line in the sand.
Yeah, I'll say it again. Dodgers 5-11 in their last 16 games.
What was the biggest surprise in this rankings to you?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how people realistically think Oklahoma is going to finish in the top 10. You can say whatever you want about what they have and John Mateer, and we were together at SEC Media Days, but Matt, their schedule is beyond brutal. Second week of the year, they go to Michigan. So if Michigan is highly regarded, and they're in the top 20, then what's going to happen when Oklahoma gets there? And that's not even talking about a road trip to Georgia in September, Red River against Texas. I don't know how they finish in the top 10.
Paul, feel free to get me on this one when we're at SEC Nation all fall on campuses, but I'm a big Oklahoma believer. I think that they're that team that could surprise and maybe go on a run to the national championship game. You did it with Texas last year. I'll do it with Oklahoma this year. I'll be at that.
Listen, I can't wait to see you at the end of the season with that clip right there, Matt.
Clip it off. Let them know that I was Big Boomer Sooner going into the season.